Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live interview today with the founder of Meg Heart, Leigh Hearl. Welcome, Leigh. How are you going?
Great, thank you. Hello, everyone.
Leigh, we are here to chat all things carbon under pressure, which is this awesome, beautiful book that makes my heart sing every time I see the cover of it. It
Mm.
is the most beautiful book. And you brought this out through Meg Heart, which you founded. So we have a few things to discuss today, but can you share with me why did you choose carbon under pressure?
I chose Carbon Under Pressure because it's a really important story. It's raw, it's compelling, and it's really relevant in today's world and what is going on. And I think it's really important we talk about breaking the silence. And in here, one of the biggest messages in this book is how important it is to break the silence.
Yeah, we were talking about this before we came on air. And, why is it important for us to speak up? It does require a lot of courage and a lot of managing. You can't be reckless with things, but why is it so important to break the silence?
I think if we take a step back a bit, one of the big things that really silences people is shame. Shame renders people silent, and it rendered me silent.
Mhm.
And if we look at that, a lot of victims carry the shame
Mhm.
when it should be directed at the perpetrator.
Yeah.
And when you look at that and breaking your silence stops enabling the perpetrator to continue, and it also shifts the shame away from yourself and where it should be.
Oh, this is so important. This is a very
Mm.
important conversation, not just for in that instance, absolutely in that instance where the silence is, but also it ripples out to all
Mm.
different types of scenarios where people, feel that they have to keep themselves silent and bear that shame
Mm.
themselves. And but if we are having these conversations that are vitally important, we're breaking that mold, aren't we? And that's
Mm.
what Meg Heart's all about.
Definitely. And that's what this book, Carbon Under Pressure, is all about as well.
Can you share a little about Rose's story without giving it all away, please?
Did you want me to read the back or did you?
I will read the blurb and then you can talk
I
to
can
us a little
elaborate.
about that, will you?
Okay. Yep, sure.
So prepare for goosebumps, people, because this book, I swear, every time I read it, I get goosebumps from my head to my toes. It's just unbelievable. So, a mother wakes to a nightmare and is thrust into a race to save three lives. Rose thought she had it all. Then she discovered her husband's hidden life. The revelation crushed Rose, and the breakup shattered her family. Battling through heartbreak and betrayal, she thought the worst was behind her, but nothing could prepare Rose for what came next. In this raw and confronting story, we follow 3 years in Rose's life. With a rare honesty, she reveals the painful emotions of a mother watching helplessly as her daughter battles a tormenting secret. It will push her to the edge, but just as the nightmare promises to end, Rose's family is haunted by a new and more ominous threat. Will the intense pressure tear her apart, or can she find the strength to face her demons and save the one she loves? Goosebumps galore, I swear. And I have read this story. Carbon Under Pressure is based on real events. Rose's story is shocking, riveting, and unforgettable. And what happened to her could happen to anyone. Oh, I've read this story a few times, and it takes a lot for me to pick up a book twice. Like
Mm.
it really does. So you have chose well by sharing Rose's story, and you read and you go, "This has to be fiction. There's no way this is." How did this person just keep enduring and enduring and enduring so much? It
Yeah.
was just harrowing, and 3 years, like for everything to come to that in 3 years, like, and it to be a true story. It has to be a movie. Has to be a movie.
Yes,
Let's put
it
that
has
out
to be.
there.
Yeah. And that's one thing I'll point out. Everything is real in the story, and that's really important to add, because we
Yes.
go through strict guidelines to fact check, and there's court transcripts that have been thoroughly investigated. There's a lot of other stuff that's been, I won't reveal,
Yes.
and it's because of the court cases that Rose was forbidden to speak out under her name. So,
Yeah.
and that's one thing to add, that it was more important for Rose to tell her story to help other people than it was to tell her name. So,
Yeah. And again, silenced,
yeah,
but not
yes, no,
because Rose chose to just go ahead, and it was nothing to do with any glory around them sharing the story and how she's come through it. And like, Rose, Leigh, and she has come through it and is living a very beautiful life now.
yes, and doing all she can to help, reduce youth suicide and mental health. And that's one thing I will discuss and reveal. The book does go into, Rose does wake to a nightmare, and
Hmm.
it's a horrendous secret she discovers that has been in her family, tormenting her daughter beyond belief. And it's every parent's worst nightmare. And it's so important that we bring these stories to life, and we empower women to break their silence. And but not just women, we empower everyone to break their silence, so our children can grow up speaking from their heart, and we can reduce the mental health epidemic.
And as a mom who is also touched by with the mental health issue, to just for this story to be shared, not only could I relate with what Rose was sharing, it also opened up my eyes to a more deeper understanding of things. So I know if that's for me, that's for everybody. It's not an easy feat raising a teen, and teens all deal with different struggles in different ways. But Rose's daughter had to endure a lot, and I suppose had to come to terms with a lot, and did it in her way. It was so important. So even for the connection and the bond there, like the one of the things in this story that just tugged at me was the love between the mother and daughter. It was there all the time,
Oh,
even with the resistance. But the steadfast love of a mother is what conquers all, because love conquers all. And it's a never give up,
no,
filled with hope story. It's just
yeah.
amazing. It's just,
It gives me goosebumps. The power of love. The
yes.
power of love can overcome all evil. Like, it just goes back to those basics. And yes, this story is traumatic, and it's gripping, and people can't put it down, but it brings you back to such a happy place of gratitude,
Yeah.
which just is so exciting. It gives us all hope.
Yeah, it's a must read. And one of our reviewers who's here with us today and has commented, two lovely authors. Morning, Leigh. The
Love, who
Kez
cares?
is here. Kez is here, and like Kez, this ignited so much within her when she read Rose's story, and that's the thing. It's going to ignite something within you. You may not know in there, so it kind of comes with that kind of a,
Mm,
guys, brace yourself. This is a harrowing read, but you go on the journey with this
mm.
mother and daughter and all of everyone in the book, and we have the wonderful Martina, who has worked with Rose to get the story out, because Martina Sheenan is the ghostwriter of this book as well.
Yes, yeah, she crafted it beautifully. It's all of Rose's words, like it came from Rose's heart, but Martina just put the magic. She's just got a magic way
She
with
does.
delivering these books. So,
Yeah. Yeah, she is truly special. She is a wonderful Hay House author as well, and she's worked
yeah,
with the wonderful Susan Pierce on a few books as well. One of my favorite books they wrote together. But Leigh, what would you say to anyone who has a story that they need to share? How can Meg Heart help?
They can reach out to us. They can find us at megheart.com and they can subscribe to the newsletters. They could also make contact with us. We would love to hear from everyone who is wanting and needing to break their silence. We're all about supporting people to break their silence. It's a big movement that is very powerful and needs to happen. So please go to our website and reach out to us.
Yeah, and watch this space. We are looking for 100 VIP advocates to join us to help get the Meg Heart word out there, so we can keep the conversation going. We can get this first book of many into the hands of so many, because these books need to be read and need to be shared, because they are great reads, but they are the books that are catalysts for change, and that's what we need. And huge credit to you, Leigh, for Meg Heart, because I've watched this grow.
Yeah.
When you see something at the beginning, and it's on the cusp of
Yeah.
something huge.
Amazing.
So guys, come and join us now. You can PM me or PM Leigh or the Meg Heart page if that's something you want to be part of. We will have some visuals going out soon. Okay, thank you so much for this really amazing conversation, Leigh, because it is important for us to continue to have these conversations. And if there's anybody watching who has a podcast, who has radio or media, and they want to get want Meg Heart to come on their show, please contact Leigh. Where can they find you, Leigh?
They can find me at leigh@megheart.com. They can reach out to me directly.
Yeah,
That would be
because
great.
that's what we need. We need to be showing up everywhere and creating the conversation. And you can also, if you need to, come to KMD Books, because we can pass your details on. I love this conversation. Thank you so much. Let's continue to do it. Guys, when you get your copies of Carbon Under Pressure, take your selfies. And if you see it in a shop, take a selfie and send them to us, that we can share these wonderful visuals with the world. Okay. Thank you so much, Leigh.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.